quiet night in New Hampshire. It was a crisp autumn evening on September 3rd, 1965, in the small town of Exeter, New Hampshire. The peaceful community, nestled in the northeastern United States, was settling in for the night. At around 2 a.m., Norman Muscarello, an 18-year-old local, was hitchhiking home along Route 150 after visiting his girlfriend. Little did he know that his quiet night would soon turn into an encounter with the inexplicable. Lights in the sky. As Muscarello walked along the dark, deserted road, he noticed strange, bright lights in the sky. Initially dismissing them as an airplane or a helicopter, he continued walking. However, the lights began to move erratically, unlike anything he had ever seen. They danced across the sky, changing direction and speed with an agility that defied conventional aircraft. The lights moved closer, and Muscarello's curiosity turned to fear. He could now see a large, silent object hovering above the trees. It emitted an intense red light that bathed the surrounding area in an eerie glow. The object descended slowly, and Muscarello could feel a palpable sense of dread as it approached. He tried to move, but found himself frozen in place, staring in disbelief, seeking help. Realizing he needed to get away, Muscarello broke into a sprint, heading towards the nearest house. He pounded on the door, but there was no answer. The object was still following him, and the sense of terror grew. Desperate, he ran to the home of a family friend, who took him to the Exeter police station. At the station, Muscarello breathlessly recounted his experience to officers Eugene Bertrand and David Hunt. Despite their initial skepticism, the officers could see the genuine fear in his eyes and decided to investigate. A night of terror. Officer Bertrand, who had previously encountered a similar report, drove Muscarello back to the location of the sighting. As they arrived, the strange lights appeared once again. Bertrand and Muscarello watched in stunned silence as the object hovered above the trees, its red light illuminating the night. The object moved with an otherworldly precision, making no sound. Bertrand radioed for backup, and Officer Hunt soon arrived. The three of them stood in awe and fear, observing the inexplicable phenomenon. The object moved closer, and the sense of dread intensified. They felt a strange, oppressive force, as if the air itself was charged with malevolent energy. A community in shock. The sighting left the officers and Muscarello deeply shaken. The story spread quickly through Exeter, and soon other residents came forward with their own experiences of seeing strange lights in the sky. The local authorities were inundated with reports, and the community was gripped by a mix of fear and fascination. The incident drew the attention of UFO researchers and the media. Renowned UFO investigator Raymond Fowler conducted an in-depth examination of the case, interviewing witnesses and compiling evidence. The story gained national attention, and Exeter became a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. A sinister turn. The U.S. Air Force, through its Project Blue Book, an official investigation into UFO sightings, also took an interest in the Exeter incident. However, their findings were inconclusive. The official explanation suggested that the sightings were the result of misidentified aircraft or natural phenomena, but many remained unconvinced. Locals began to report strange occurrences, mysterious black cars seen driving through town, unidentified men in suits questioning witnesses, and a general sense of unease that permeated the community. The idea that the government was hiding something only fueled the fear and speculation. Lifelong impact. For Norman Muscarello and the officers involved, the incident left a lasting impact. Muscarello struggled with anxiety and nightmares, haunted by the memory of that terrifying night. Officers Bertrand and Hunt, though initially skeptical, were forever changed by their encounter with the unknown. The incident also affected the wider community. People who had never believed in UFOs found themselves questioning their assumptions, and Exeter became a place of pilgrimage for those seeking answers about extraterrestrial life. A mystery endures. The incident at Exeter remains one of the most well-documented and compelling UFO encounters in history. Despite numerous investigations and theories, the true nature of the object that terrorized Norman Muscarello and the residents of Exeter has never been conclusively determined. Over the years, many have tried to explain the sighting. Some suggest it was an experimental military aircraft, while others believe it was a natural atmospheric phenomenon. However, the witnesses remain adamant that what they saw was unlike anything they had ever encountered. A continuing enigma. Today, the incident at Exeter continues to capture the imagination of those fascinated by the unknown. The annual Exeter UFO Festival draws crowds of enthusiasts, researchers, and skeptics, all eager to explore the mystery that began on that fateful night in 1965. The story serves as a powerful reminder of how little we truly understand about the universe and the phenomena that occasionally intrude upon our world. It is a tale of fear, curiosity, and the enduring human quest for answers. The unsolved mystery. The incident at Exeter stands as a chilling testament to the power of the unknown. It challenges our understanding of reality and forces us to confront the possibility that we are not alone in the universe. For Norman Muscarello, the police officers, and the town of Exeter, the encounter with the mysterious object was a harrowing experience that forever altered their lives. In the end, the true horror of the incident at Exeter lies not in the encounter itself, but in the lingering questions and the realization that some mysteries may never be solved. It is a story that continues to haunt those who experienced it and fascinates those who seek to uncover the truth about what lies beyond the stars. Breaking down the details. In the weeks and months following the incident, various researchers and enthusiasts tried to piece together every detail of what transpired that night. Witnesses described the object as being about 80 to 90 feet in diameter, with flashing red lights arranged in a series of patterns. It hovered silently, a characteristic that ruled out conventional aircraft. The lack of any sound was particularly disturbing to those who observed it up close. The psychological toll. Norman Muscarello's life changed drastically after the sighting. Once an ordinary teenager, he became the focus of media attention and public scrutiny. The fear he felt that night never fully left him. He was plagued by nightmares, and the memory of the object's red lights haunted him. Despite the passage of time, Muscarello's recounting of the events remained consistent, further validating his experience. Muscarello's family and friends noticed changes in his behavior. He became more withdrawn, his once jovial demeanor overshadowed by a persistent sense of unease. He sought professional help to deal with the trauma, but the therapists struggled to understand and address the profound fear stemming from an experience so outside the realm of normal human events. A test of belief. Officers Bertrand and Hunt also faced challenges following the encounter. Their experience that night contradicted their training and understanding of aviation and natural phenomena. Both officers were known in the community for their rationality and dependability, which made their testimonies all the more compelling. Despite their first-hand experience, Bertrand and Hunt were initially met with skepticism by some colleagues and superiors. The police department had no protocols for dealing with UFO sightings, which left the officers to navigate the aftermath largely on their own. They found solidarity in each other, often discussing the incident to try to make sense of what they saw. This mutual support was crucial in maintaining their professional composure and personal sanity, from skepticism to fear. The town of Exeter, a small, tight-knit community, was thrown into turmoil. Initially, many residents were skeptical of the reports, attributing the sightings to overactive imaginations or misidentified conventional aircraft. However, as more sightings were reported and corroborated by reliable witnesses, the town's skepticism gave way to fear and fascination. Town meetings were held to discuss the sightings, with residents demanding answers from local authorities. These meetings often became heated, reflecting the growing tension within the community. The local government was at a loss, as they had no explanations to offer and no resources to investigate further. The national spotlight. The Exeter UFO sightings quickly gained national media attention. Reporters from major newspapers and television stations descended upon the small town, eager to capture the story. The increased media presence brought a mix of skepticism and support, as the public's interest in UFO phenomena surged. Some media outlets approached the story with a sensationalist angle, while others took a more serious investigative stance. The diverse coverage contributed to a national conversation about UFOs, prompting more people to come forward with their own sightings and experiences. This, in turn, led to a broader public interest in the possibility of extraterrestrial. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll be back with more fascinating stories from the world of crime. Until then, stay curious and stay safe.